Thank you for coming tonight. Thank you for coming tonight.
Yeah. Hard job.
May I quickly read one thing from the magazine that we just mentioned, and it really is great. Seeds.
Yeah.
This is the 824 is the seeds, and this is what you wrote as the editor's letter. For finding closed the seeds of highlight. Begin with prisoners, Earth's bad seeds, scattered to the void and shame. The woman doctor whose task is to collect sperm like a queen bee. Plastic gloves, white blouses, dripping liquids, nothing erotic, and a language that speaks only of desire and fluids. The garden, how can you keep up the hope of return if some kind of earth isn't part of the voyage? From the barren immensity, space dust, powder, pollen becomes Monty's baby girl, Willow. Despair, human tenderness, and love despite everything. And that's your...
Did I wrote that?
Yes. You signed it. Yes.
I'm petrified.
No, I love it.
Pretentious and stupid.
Well, that's actually not why I brought it up. I think it's a great starting point. I'd love to know, among other things, this was a project that was around in your head and in your life for longer than a decade. Is that right?
Oh, let's say a decade. Yeah, I had in mind a story of a man left alone after the crew died in a ship and with a baby girl. And I thought it was the sort of seed of a possible taboo. Yeah, that was a story at the very origin.
And this, you took on several different collaborators, also thought about different actors along the way. Can you talk about...
To write the script?
Yes, right?
I wrote the script with my usual collaborator, Jean-Paul Fargeau. We wrote in French. And then, because we wrote in French, I was proposed different people to translate it into English. One of them, Jeff Cox, and the other one, Andy Lidvac. But actually the script was written only by Jean-Paul and me. And the other collaborators, like Aurélien Barraud is an astrophysician. He's credited as a cosmic companion because he explained to us many things that for astrophysicians are easy, but for us and for me was not very easy. Yeah.
Let me just ask one more thing, and then I'll turn over to my colleague here. I'd love to know about the process of working with the designer of the cinema's least glamorous spaceship.
I'm not sure I understood your question.
But there's an artist who worked on the design of the ship.
You mean Olafur?
Yes.
No, Olafur, no. I'm sorry, I'm going to disappoint you all the way. No, Olafur, I met him, I was introduced to him because Olafur made 10 years ago an exhibition in the Tate Gallery in London called Sunrise, and he sort of created this golden light with lamps he invented, and with sodium in it. And I used this light for the end, for the black hole at the end. But the shape of the vessel of the ship was invented by me. Sorry to disappoint you, but
no, not a disappointment.
I copy. It's a box. It's like a shoe box, because for me it was a gel. It's a gel. It's not a vessel going far away to conquest the universe. No, it's a sort of jail.
Well, like many jails, it has bizarre lighting. And
Your jails?
jails have bizarre lighting schemes.
Yeah.
And so that you have the kind of industrial white, but at times you have this gorgeous blue that runs through it. And it's this very cool nighttime blue almost. It comes out in sleeping moments. It comes out oddly in a lot of moments of violence. And
it's something strange. I was invited, I could go, and also with the actors who train there, to the European Center of Astronomic European Center, where the cosmonaut of the space station are trained, and also after they've been in space for 2 or 3 months, they have to spend a month there to recover their body, actually, you know, because they have been for 2 or 3 months in without gravity, and it's very hard for the body. So as I was there, of course I realized that even in a space station, which is in the solar system close to Earth, you have, for the sake of the person, to imagine a daylight, a night light, a red alert, a dusk light, you know, things like that. And it has always to be the same, to give them an opportunity, otherwise they will never find a real sleep, you know, or the real wake up. You know, it's very important, the variation of light, for the balance of us human being, you know.
one of the things we
So the blue was I mean, the blue is, we had a daylight, very white when the ship is almost new in the flashback, and as the ship is getting older, it's dull and dull, you know.
We sing about astronauts recovering muscle, and one of the things that's extraordinary about watching this is all the muscles that you do see on the actors, and their backs and their torsos. I don't think this is about realism, but
it is very much realism.
Against realism.
Because when we were in that center, even in the station, they do work 1 hour or 2 on their own personal research. What they do is to clean and to exercise, because the loss of muscle is the most terrible thing that can happen in space, because then the skeleton, the bones, are not supported anymore. And so if you see, because we met those cosmonauts, which is not, of course, cosmonaut from the station, they are not away from the solar system, you know, they are in our solar system. But even those guys who's been, and girls, who's been 2 or 3 months in the space, they have extremely trained body. Otherwise, they lose 10 centimeters, you know? So they have to train. So the muscle you see are not even, they are almost like you know, the real guys, you know?
But it's a
You have imagined the cosmonaut were like little worms. They would die if they were not having big muscles. They would die from the blood, you know, it's their only protection. It's exercise.
This script was always in English, was it? Was it intended to be in English when it
No,
was
as
from the
I
beginning?
told you.
No, I know you wrote it. I know you wrote it in French, but I read somewhere that you had this was the intention was.
Oh
in
no,
English language.
I was, yeah, I don't know if you have been thinking about space today. The people that do speak American or Russian. Nobody speaks another language. Soon now there will be Chinese cosmonauts, but there are today only 2 languages in space. American, not English, American or Russian. And Russian are not so good. So, yeah. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
No, there is no such thing as a disappointment for you. No.
No such what?
No, you cannot disappoint me. You cannot.
Oh no. Even, I dare say, if you were disappointed by the language,
No.
I would say, well, too bad.
No, Robert Pattinson was very insistent on being seen for this, to work with you. Yes?
Yeah, very insistent is gross to say like that. He is a very interesting actor, and it's very intriguing when a young actor is interested in a person like me. It seems touching, and it means also maybe he had been seeing some films. Maybe he has a certain culture. Maybe.
He's wonderful in this, and he's working with the best directors in the world, this guy. And it's,
because he's intelligent. You know? Because on top of being good looking, with big muscle, he has also brain.
And as we discover here, tenderness.
Sorry?
As we discover here, tenderness.
Wow, he's an actor, you know?
Oh, that's you.
No, it's the character who has tenderness. I mean, Robert is intelligent, but maybe the character has tenderness. There is a little difference.
Tenderness in this movie is also terrifying.
Why?
Because you often put it right after the moments of extreme violence, where they caress each other softly. Their guard comes down right after.
Where do you live? On Earth? Or where have you been living? You have not noticed that we live in a violent world?
Frequently.
Maybe Chicago is a very soft city with no violence. I wonder. No, it's strange what you said. Of course, you have. It's not because violence. Have you heard about the world of jail? It's violent and also frustrating. No? You have this big smile as if you were discovering the world. No?
No, I'm immensely enjoying this conversation.
Yeah? But you're a big boy now. You should know about life. And you are big muscled. So weird. Come all the way here to be with boys.
No nonetheless.
Let's grow a little.
I would like to know what seems to me a magically well cast film.
Yeah.
What is the trick? What is the instinct you think that gets the right
Oh,
the
there's
right
no
people
trick.
the right people
There is
together?
a great casting director and actors I like. It's not a trick to be able to feel the right person for a film. It's a sort of, it's part of making movies. It's not tricky. It's work and feelings.
This was in
Oh,
Cologne.
I can see Jonathan. I thought you were, I didn't say goodbye, I was afraid.
We have several people with questions, I think, ready. Can we make sure we get to